Alex. I wanted to review quickly about this interplay capture server. So, of course, this nice Dell server right here is our interplay capture server. So it automatically logs in to the server when you reboot. So it should be just fine when everything reboots. I want to go into adding users once again. So if I choose Interplay Administrator, if you remember, Interplay Administrator is a service. There's like a little extra tab that has to be installed. It's only installed right now on the Interplay Capture machine. So to do this, I have to log on as an Interplay Administrator, just like so. So down at the very bottom, it shows me, here's my capture settings and capture users. If I click on capture users, it will enable me to see which users are part of the Interplay. And then if I want someone to be a user in Interplay Capture, all I have to do is say they can manage recordings. And of course I can allow them to see certain airspeeds or not. And then once I'm done, I always have to hit apply, right? Always the important apply button. So that's what I have to do in order to administer things. Outside of that, I'm going to do some review the capture settings quick. We didn't talk much about it. Nothing huge here. This is just all the settings to communicate with all the airspeed devices. I just want to roll through what each of these tabs looks like. In case something's not right, we can always review it in the future. BTR source, there are no BTR sources. Channels, we have airspeed 1, channel 1 through 4, which is really 1 and 2, and then 5 and 6. And then airspeed 2, 1 and 2, 5 and 6. And then under channel pools, what I did is I generated pools based on those. So if I was going to do a new one, I would come down here and hit add. You could say, oh, there's a new pool. Say yes, please, new pool. We'll call it new 2 just for the sake of argument. And then if I had any interplay channels or airspeed channels not being used, I would hit add and they would add them in. They're not currently there, so let's go ahead and generate one for the sake of argument. So I'm going to click here and hit remove. Remove that one I just did. So if I choose airspeed 8, here we see airspeed 8 popped up right there. Let's go ahead and remove them for the sake of argument. I hit remove. Now it's no longer there. Didn't even say, do you really want to do that? So I click here and it says, hey, congratulations, you have a new pool. And I say, great, I'm going to do airspeed 8, right? So it matches my other naming conventions. I come over here to add, and it pops open and goes, hey, look, you have a channel you can add to it. Airspeed 2, channel 6, select that channel, and then hit OK. And it pops up with a, hey, this is where it's going to go. The primary workspace it's going to record to is what? I set it to feeds. There's a mirror workspace. We can set it to a different mirror workspace. I just set them both to feeds. If you don't set them both to something, it'll error out when you try to hit apply. The other option is down here. It says how many audio tracks do you want. This is really set by the record profile, but they're all set to 2 right now. Allocation warning, this just says give me a warning whenever I've maxed out my channels, which is fine. So I'm going to come over here and then now I hit apply. Always got to hit apply. So I see airspeed 8. I called it something wrong, so I'm just going to rename it, not a big deal. Airspeed 8. And then come over here, hit our ever-present apply button. Now he goes there, and now they all look the same. So everything's there. So I see all my airspeed channels listed here. Then I hit menu, and that's it. So now we're going to launch Interplay Capture. So when I launch Interplay Capture, it comes up. First things first, let's look at if Interplay Capture is not configured properly on a system. Following services are not available. Time synchronization. Nope, I don't want time synchronization enabled. So if I go in here and say, my workgroup name is Capture, which is important. If I go in all these different tabs here, let me just pound through all these different tabs so you see what they look like in case something's not happy one day. This shows me my LTC time code, network, lookup, login, services. So right now, everything's up under Capture, which is where everything is. And my lookup server, which is Capture, is set to this machine. What Capture is, think of it like it's just a service that tells other people about other things. So we've got 2 in your environment. Interplay, which is the original lookup server, the Interplay indexer runs that. And then this one runs it here. So everybody's happy here. Something's going to get canceled here. And now I'm going to launch Interplay Capture schedule. I'll launch it up. I have to have the top option selected as Capture. Sometimes it comes up with do whatever, like this. You go, I want to pay attention to Capture. It found my Capture system. If it didn't, I just select on it and choose it. Now I have to log in as a user that has capture capabilities. Makes sense? So now I hit OK. It logs in, acquiring license. That's an important thing to hit. And now I'm up inside my interplate capture window. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new recording. So I'm just going to double click anywhere. It opens up a, hey, don't you want to use a template option? I say, no, thank you, not right now. And hit skip. And it comes up and it gives me a chance to set my time and date, switch to time and date. I choose an airspeed. And then I can just hit record right now, or I can choose my scheduled time. If I hit the record button, it says, do you want to start recording now? It now properly triggers, starts recording. Down here we get a nice happy red that it's recording. When I roll over and it pops open, the screen just gives me a zoom in on what's happening. And then when I'm done, I can hit stop. You want to stop it? Yes, please. And that object turns green. Oops. So now he's green. That shows that everything's happening and recording properly.